Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. I do a series of videos on UFO incidents in the past because the Navy had admitted that, just very recently, that their pilots got some photo and video footage of UFOs from their gun cameras off the carrier Nimitz. And they admitted that those photos and videos were, in fact, genuine and real. So the Navy has admitted UFOs are real. So I've been going back and doing videos on a series of events, UFO sightings and other incidents, abductions, that kind of thing. Because now that we know UFOs are real, maybe those people aren't crazy. So another friend of mine asked me, well, why isn't somebody in the government looking into it? Why aren't they investigating UFOs? Here we go. Currently, the government does have a project to investigate UFO sightings. They do have one. You can't find information on it. I've tried. In the past, it went under 3 different project names. Project Sign was the brainchild of General Nathan Twining. Started in 1948. And that was shortly after the Roswell UFO crash of 47. Now, everybody said that was a weather balloon, but, I have avoided Roswell because, think about it, everybody and their uncle knows about Roswell. People in Zimbabwe know about Roswell. They don't even have TVs. My point is, people know about it. It's been done and redone. The waters there have become so polluted with different stories that you don't know what's real and what's not. So I have avoided looking into that because I have my own theories, and I might do a video on my theories, but but my point is, nobody knows what did or didn't happen there. Officially, the story is it was a weather balloon from Project Mogul, but it still doesn't make any sense. At any rate, they started Project Sign in 1948. In 1949, that morphed into Project Grudge under Captain Edward J. Ruppelt. And this guy really got some good information. Project Sign was, I hesitate to call it a joke, but let me read you some information here. This is from an article I found. It was announced that Grudge would take over where Sign had left off, still investigating UFO reports. But Captain Edward J. Ruppelt wrote that, this is him writing this, quote, "In doing this, standard intelligence procedures would be used. This normally means an unbiased evaluation of intelligence data. But it doesn't take a great deal of study of the old UFO files to see that standard intelligence procedures were not being followed by Project Grudge. Everything was being evaluated on the premise that UFOs couldn't exist. No matter what you see or hear, don't believe it." That was written by Edward Ruppelt, captain. He was in charge of Project. If he wasn't in charge of it, he was up there in Project Grudge. Now, there's another one here. They did a report on Project Grudge, and it said this is the only formal report put out in August of 1949. It says, "There is no evidence that objects reported upon are the result of an advanced scientific foreign development, and therefore they constitute no direct threat to the national security. In view of this, it is recommended that the investigation and study of reports of unidentified flying objects be reduced in scope. Headquarters AMC Air Material Command will continue to investigate reports in which realistic technical applications are clearly indicated." In other words, if you have actual information regarding this UFO, this is how big it was, this is the height, this is the manner of that it traveled, this is the mode of propulsion, the form of propulsion, this is its power source, that kind of thing. Then they'll go ahead and do it. But it's a light in the sky that zigzagged and shot up in the air at Mach 14. No technical data, so no. That's what I take from that. Now, and they classified all these UFO sightings from Project Grudge, from Project Grudge as misinterpretation of various conventional objects, a mild form of mass hysteria and war nerves, individuals who fabricate such reports to perpetuate a hoax or to seek publicity, or psychopathological persons. So they're either crazy, perpetrating a hoax, or they've got mental problems, or they're seeing something and misidentifying it. I guess the first one, the misidentifying it, I guess that one's the most reasonable, because we can't all be crazy, can we? Now then, there's a lot of other information about these, about Project Grudge. You can look it up. It's all over the place. But in 1952, Project Grudge was stopped, and they started what's called Project Blue Book. That's probably the most famous one. The director of Project Blue Book was J. Allen Hynek, and he was a massive skeptic. All of this together, these people amassed. I'm going to get to Dr. Hynek here in a minute, but all of these people, all of these three projects amassed 12,618 UFO reports. Okay, of these, 701 remain unexplained, which means 701 of these, they don't know what the hell it is. It's not Venus or swamp gas or mass hallucination or whatever. They're unexplained. Now, let's get to Dr. Hynek. This is an interesting case here. When J. Allen Hynek was assigned to take over this Project Blue Book, he was a skeptic. He was a serious skeptic. But with his time investigating these UFOs, he changed his tune, because he became convinced that there was something to this. And there was two reasons for this, according to him. This is according to Dr. Hynek. First, he was convinced that the United States Air Force wanted to identify every sighting, even if they had to force the identification on it. In other words, this doesn't really fit anything we know, so we'll call it this. And then that was the official story. They were trying to make UFOs non-existent. You see a UFO, well, we're going to explain it with this. Well, does it fit the data? Does it fit the sighting? No, but it doesn't matter. We're still going to call it that. He saw a lot of that. Okay? And when the people investigating something aren't taking the investigation seriously, you cannot count on that investigation to produce credible results. It's just the way it is. The scientific process has to be observed, and Dr. Hynek, you can call him whatever the hell you want, but he was a scientist. The second thing was the sheer number of witnesses. And I said it just a little bit ago. They can't all be crazy. Not all of them are on drugs or drunk. You have so many credible witnesses, pilots, law enforcement, other military personnel, credible people, doctors, lawyers. They can't all be crazy. They're not all getting paid to perpetrate a hoax. They're not all just pranksters. There's so many of these witnesses. They can't all be wrong. Okay? So, to answer the question, the government is investigating UFOs. They are. In the past, they did. The first one, Project Sign, wasn't really... it wasn't taken seriously. Project Grudge was where they really started investigating it, and that one started in 1949. And it morphed into Project Blue Book with Dr. Hynek, and that was where we netted, I think, most of our results. But my point is, they are investigating it. So, take from that what you will. What they find, we don't know, and chances are we might not. So, just keep that in mind. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.